So Zach, Cardano ADA, you and I are both very publicly on record as being huge fans of Cardano. We cover it on our respective channels.
Yep.
What is your opinion of this pretty big moment of the Vasil Hard Fork that's upcoming? And we're going to, by the way, if you don't, those of you watching, if you don't know what that is, we're going to get into that here in just a minute. But Zach, what's your opinion of how pivotal you think this moment will be for Cardano and for the ADA token, the ADA coin?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think, Cardano is obviously well known, super, super strong community, many rabid holders and followers of this asset. And I think this is really a turning point for Cardano because it's really going to help them bring in new developers. And we'll unpack that here in a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I really like Charles Hoskinson as a leader. He came over from Ethereum with some bright minds over there and started his own project. Many people look at Cardano as the Ethereum killer. I don't pick sides when it comes to crypto. I think Ethereum is what it is. It's a great asset in and of itself. So is Cardano. I own both. I'll continue to own both. They're both going to be large holdings in my portfolio. I think there's room for Cardano and Ethereum to both win in the smart contract space. But yeah, this is a pivotal moment. Will we see a big price pump? That's yet to be seen. But even if we don't, Austin, I'm cool with that because this is a long-term asset for me. I'm looking at 5-10 years down the road.
Yeah, you and I have very almost exactly the same opinions in that regard. I actually I love that you brought up Charles. To me, what's interesting about Charles is that he's not flashy, he's not sexy, he's just this guy. He's like a normal guy you probably would. I don't know if you would drink, but maybe you might go have coffee with him, right?
Right.
but what I like about Charles and how he runs Cardano is that the man doesn't make mistakes. And if he does, there tend to be small mistakes because they test and they probably test a little bit too much, right? But they have their development house in order. And that's so you kind of are like, all right, we're good when they do bring something out, and I think that's really what I want to hit there. Go ahead.
Well, I think you hit on a really important point, and they do some things a little bit differently. They do something called peer reviewed. When they get everything peer reviewed. What that means is, guys, is basically they have a ton of different eyeballs look at their stuff before they release it to the public. So they go through, to Austin's point, round of testing after another round of testing. Oh, so and so found this. All right, well, then we got to change that. All right, now send it out to some new folks. Oh, they found something else. So they really do their due diligence. Oftentimes that leads to some delays like we're seeing with the Vasil Hard Fork. But again, if you're a long-term holder and you understand kind of why they do what they do in that regard, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think, and let's bring that back to this piece of content. I think what really to me, and so here's the thing for you, if you're watching this video, I'm going to show you this. To me, the main thing that we really care about is the Vasil Hard Fork is really about this one sentence. It seeks to enhance the scalability and usefulness of the network as a whole. And so, Zach, I'm going to throw this to you. You had a fantastic metaphor you used yesterday when we were talking. You were actually using it in the context of Ethereum, but it's exactly the same metaphor. So give the viewers what that metaphor is, because I think it's a really great, and I think that really, hammers this point home.
Yeah, I mean, I think the point you're alluding to is like the highway. Yeah, the highway metaphor. So yeah, I mean, it kind of enhances their highway, or what do they do to make traffic kind of more seamless? They add a roundabout or something like that, right?
Well, bigger highway, right? Flow. Make the highway bigger. You're adding roundabouts, you're adding restaurants. I don't know why you're doing all that, but
right. I mean, to make that traffic flow a little smoother. And that's something that all of these protocols are looking at because crypto is getting bigger and they need to be able to handle all of the transactions and throughput. And it's not getting smaller. So, they're making these big changes. Cardano's going through it right now. Ethereum's going through it right now. So the other thing this is really going to help is ease of access for developers. There are many developers on Cardano already, but Charles has been saying that he hopes this would even bring in more people because developers are going to be more prone to build on top of a Cardano.
Yeah. So with that, like right here, I'm going to highlight this now. For those for watching this, we're not going to unpack every single one of these lines, but this goes directly to Zach's point from if you're interested, these are things that are very much more on the technical side. And so if you care about them, pause the video, read through these, and then you can kind of, you can, by the way, all that goes all the way really down into here as well. So all of this content right here, if you're interested in more of like the technical underpinnings and what this is really about from a technical standpoint, then again, pause and check that out. But so Zach, we're kind of up on 5 minutes. So let's kind of land this plane. So what are kind of your few final thoughts? I think you brought it up earlier about, will the Vasil, fork impact right now the cost, or excuse me, the price action of ADA? What's your opinion? Do you really care? What's final thoughts there?
Yeah, I think regardless of what happens, I'm still going to hold Cardano. Regardless, if we get a price pump, great. If we don't, okay. But I do think we could get a little bit of a surge, maybe upwards, like toward $1. I could see that. That would make sense to me. But all in all, the all-time high is near $3. I think when we get back into a full-on bull run, then we're really going to feel the effects of the Vasil Hard Fork. That's where I think we can get into like that $5 range for ADA. And yeah, I mean, that's about a 10x away from here. So I'm excited.
I mean, again, you and I both hold ADA for the exact same reason. We both are looking at it long term. And I think this is just continued, again, build out, make the ecosystem better, build for the future. And I think ADA is vastly undervalued for how fantastic Cardano ADA, as a project Cardano is. And I think I'll end on that note. So with all that said, thanks for giving us a few minutes. You're on the ClearCryptos channel. Both myself and Zach Humphreys both have our own respective channels. So if you want to go check us out here on YouTube, please do so. But definitely subscribe to this channel here, the Clear channel, if you haven't already done so. Links in the description below. There's one down there specifically that would get involved in their Discord. Their Discord is where all the action is, all the kind of everything's going on there. Even if you're not a huge fan of Discord, definitely still go get involved and check that out. So with all that said, thanks for your time, and we will see you later.